Israelites, let us discuss righteous anger. What is righteous anger? Righteous anger is getting angry, but you do not sin in the process. It is possible for you to become angry and sin not. Instead of you taking matters into your own hand, you send Yah after the person or thing that is causing you to become upset. Most of us come from a Christian background. The church taught us to pray for our enemies, turn the left cheek, pray for the person who has done you wrong, and so on. The kingdom of darkness has infiltrated the church. Satan and his angels are being worshipped in the church. Satan has flipped everything upside down. Satan had the people praying for the wicked who is causing them harm. While you are praying for the wicked to be delivered, those same wicked heathens are persecuting the righteous. It seems to me the wicked have it good. Your enemies are oppressing you and they have you praying for them. Most of you do not realize you are asking the Most High to save your enemies, set your enemies free, and do not hold them accountable for their wickedness. You cry out for justice, yet in your prayer you ask Yah not to intervene and hold your enemies accountable. Does that sound right to you? Satan has disarmed the righteous through prayer by causing the righteous to pray for the wicked. Satan has redefined who your real enemies are and confused the masses with whom the Messiah was speaking of when he said to pray for your enemies. Israelites, when the Messiah said for us to pray for our enemies, he was speaking of the enemies within our nation.
But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Yeshua was not speaking about the other wicked nations of people. Satan changed the message for you to pray for all, including the nations of people who are an enemy to the Most High. The Messiah, who was sent only to the lost house of Israel, was teaching us how we are to treat each other, pray for one another, and forgive each other within Israel. If your brother and sister within our nation did you wrong, you pray for them, not when your enemies outside of your nation gun you down because they were afraid of you. Those heathens are the wicked, and the Most High did not tell us to pray for the wicked. Today, we treat each other poorly in our communities. We have no problem crucifying each other privately and publicly. The love we have towards each other is cold versus the love we have towards our real enemies. When one of us make a mistake, we gather to tear him or her down. We are the only group of people doing this to our own. We love drama. Do you see the reason the Messiah was instructing us to pray for one another and forgive each other? How many times have you witnessed our own people demonizing their people on social media, boycotting their people, hoping they lose everything they work to achieve? We do this to each other. When our real enemies harm us, we do not boycott. We pray for them and love them. Every single one of us has witnessed the persecution of a black person coming from his own people. We expect the other nations of people to mistreat their people as we love to do to our own. We have to stop attacking each other regardless if the person is at fault. An Asian cop killed a black man around the time of the Minneapolis shooting of unarmed black men. Did not the Asian community rally around him and support him even though he was wrong? In their eyes, anyone outside of their people is an enemy. When the justice system tried to charge him with manslaughter, his people said no, they are not accepting the verdict. The Asian cop did not serve time because of the pressure his people placed on the justice system. The people who created the laws did not want to appear to be hypocrites. He was found not guilty. The Asian community did not crucify the cop on social media. They stood by him. Other nations of people support their own. They do not torment their people. When Martha Stewart committed fraud and convicted, sent to jail, she served her time. Once she was released, her businesses were intact. Her people and Israelites supported her. No one called to boycott her or persecute her in the media. We thought it was funny. It is time we stop playing around. Israelites, when you see other people outside of our nation receive backlash from their own, it is an illusion. They want to convince you justice was served. After they deceive you, they turn around and support the offender. They donate and give the offender sponsorships and endorsements. Do not believe the hype behind fake social media backlash against their own. The Messiah was teaching the Israelites to love their brothers and sisters, forgive and pray for them. We need to learn how to do this. We all can agree We need help loving each other and ourselves. If you cannot agree, you are in denial. That is what the Messiah meant when he said, pray for your enemies. Remember, your enemies are the members of your own household, which would make them family. Anyone outside of our nation besides the strangers who love the Most High and his people are fair game. They are wicked. We have the right to become righteous angry towards the wicked and send the God of our fathers after them to take vengeance on our behalf. Israelites, when we take matters into our own hands, that is the wrong type of anger. This type of anger will cause more harm than good.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God.
When you are angry to the point you want to retaliate, you are in the flesh. When you are in the flesh, you cannot please Yah. Since you are in the flesh, the Most High cannot assist you. The reason the Most High cannot help you, when you are in the flesh, you are now in Satan's territory, and you gave Satan an opportunity to use you to cause more harm.
Be angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil.
The Most High said to us in multiple scriptures, do not retaliate and take vengeance, because vengeance is his, he will repay. Every time you act in the flesh, you will be defeated, I guarantee you. Do not in any way, Israelites, retaliate and take matters into your own hand. Have you noticed every time we take matters into our own hand, we fail? When the Minneapolis shooting was happening, we protest and someone created Black Lives Matter. What was the result from this approach? Our people have been protesting for years for equal rights and justice towards our enemies. Have we received justice? If you believe we are making progress, why are we fighting the same battles in every generation? You are using the wrong approach, Israelites. You cannot fight spirit in the flesh. When you fight a fallen angel in the flesh, that is like fighting your enemy in his house. Satan and his angels has the upper hand because they have home field advantage. Therefore, you will be defeated. The fallen angels are not stupid. They have been around humans from the beginning. They know your weaknesses and they will use it against you. Do not underestimate Satan and his angels. The worst thing you can do, Israelites, is to underestimate your enemies. Do not ever believe you can defeat Satan without Yah. Our record of accomplishment has proven we need the assistance of the Most High. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. One of the many things we struggle with that cause our defeat is believing what we see. For example, Stacy and Fred has joined forces, attack and persecute you. We complain and try to fight Stacy and Fred independently of the Most High. Since Stacy and Fred have the system on their side, they will win the battle. You have to open your eyes, Israelites. Do not look at Stacy and Fred. Look at the unseen entity that caused Stacy and Fred to act this way towards you. Stacy and Fred are being controlled by fallen angels and unclean spirits. The fallen angels are dominant in Stacy and Fred's life. Therefore, they are influencing their mind to attack you. Since our enemies like to use fear and mental issues as the cause to their wicked ways, they are revealing to us that unclean spirits occupy their bodies.
For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind.
We must listen to what our enemies is saying to us and act accordingly. Since they reveal to us out of their own mouth that they are housing legions of demons, we need to attack the unclean spirit, get to the root to destroy the problem. The root is in the spirit realm. The reason we are losing, Israelites, we are not listening to the Most High who said he would fight for us. We are fighting flesh instead of the spirit. You need a spirit to fight another spirit. The Bible indicates Yah is a spirit. Those who worship him must worship him in the spirit and in the truth.
God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Yah's angels are spirits as well. Therefore, we need another spirit to fight the wicked spirits controlling our enemies. That is when you cry out to our Father and he will provide the assistance you need. You must be a righteous person who is serving the Most High to get results. Once the Most High establish a covenant with you, Yah will command his angels to fight on your behalf. The Bible says Yah have his angels around you to guard and deliver the righteous.
The angel of the Lord encampeth earth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them.
To activate the angels, Yah has to command his angels to assist you. How do you get Yah to send the angels? Well, Israelites, I have been speaking on this topic for the past 2 months. You need to use his words. Yah's words are alive, powerful, and effective. There is no power in your own words. That is why you must use Yah's words. Yah is bound by his words. He will perform the promises his words declare. He will fight for you. That is how you become righteous angry. Go back to the series on the spirit realm and knowing the word and how to apply the word. I have created a playlist concerning this topic. You must know the word. How could you serve the Most High and not know his word? Read the manual the Most High left for you, the Bible. Do not depend on me or any other Israelites. This is something you must learn for yourself and master. I am here to help you and give you real-life examples to assist you, but I am not here to do your part for you. This is when you become righteous angry, Israelites. The Most High said he would fight for us. The Most High command his people not to take vengeance. The Most High declared the battle is not ours, but his.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. And he said, Hearken ye, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith the Lord unto you, Be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's.
Since the Most High said he would fight for us, we have to ask Yah for assistance. Ask Yah to fight. We have to send Yah to attack our enemies, not protest a people the Most High said is your enemy, a nation of people whose captives you are, a nation of people who conspire together with other nations to cut you off from being a nation.
They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
When your enemies was conspiring together to cease us from being a nation, did they consider you or your feelings? Did they pray for you? Your enemies rejoiced when they robbed you and kept your wealth for themselves. Do they feel bad for you as you live in poverty and they are enjoying your wealth? They have stolen your identity and deceived the world to support them. Do they support your cause? Have any of them laid down their life for you? Do not all the people of the world know who you are and kept it from you for all these years? So why would you ask the Most High to bless them? Did not King David ask the Most High to slay his enemies as well as the other prophets? There is nothing wrong with asking the Most High to send his sword after your enemies and slay them. That is righteous anger. It corresponds with his words. That is what his words declare he would do to his enemies.
Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes. And they shall know that I am the Lord, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? But the Lord your God ye shall fear, and he shall deliver you out of the hand of all your enemies. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him.
Cry out to the Most High, Israelites. Come into agreement with Yah's words and establish a covenant. We sit here complaining about our problems when the God of our fathers gave us instructions on how to survive. Call on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to slay your enemies. Do not be afraid to do this. This is how you will get the vengeance you seek. This is how your enemies will fall. You cannot ask Yah to fight for you, then turn around and ask him to bless your wicked enemies. Which one is it? Ask Yah to slay them and rain fire and brimstone upon their head, just as he did Sodom and Gomorrah.
Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground.
Righteous anger, Israelites. Ask the Most High to return upon their own head the wicked deeds they set for you, just as he did Mordecai's enemy Haman.
And Harbona, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, Behold also, the gallows, 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, Hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified.
Ask Yah to expose your enemies for who they are. When they come against you to judge you, whatever they plan against you fail. Ask the Most High to give you favor in the sight of your enemies, to expose the wicked, and let their wicked laws deal harshly towards them, as he did for Daniel in the lion cage.
Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery of them, and brake all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den.
You must look at the spirit, not the person. Remember, the root cause to your troubles is in the spirit realm. Therefore, Israelites, do not get emotional about praying like this. You must be bold as a lion. You are not fighting Stacy and Fred. You are fighting the spirit behind Stacy and Fred. Ask the Most High to confuse your enemies, as he did in the past when Israel's enemies surrounded them. Yah caused their enemies to attack themselves.
And when they began to sing and to praise, the Lord set ambushments against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. But the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, utterly to slay and destroy them. And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, every one helped to destroy another.
Israelites, in my righteous anger, I ask the Most High to send division among the kingdom of darkness, confuse them and torment the fallen angels and their wicked human followers. Do any of you pray like this? I ask the Most High to gather all the tares and cast them into the fiery furnace, where there will be weeping and grasping of teeth.
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
These are not my words, but the Most High's words. I come into agreement with his words. If I believe you are an enemy of mine, or the Most High revealed the identity of my enemies, I'm using the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yah, against you. The Bible said it is a dreadful thing to be cast into the hands of the Most High. So I'm going to cast you into the hands of the Most High.
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Because I know the word, I will humble myself before Yah, because I know I cannot take vengeance on my enemies, but Yah will. Yah said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Father, you said you would grant the desire of my heart towards my enemies,
saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. The Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me.
I ask, Father, you send your sword upon my enemies, witches, warlock, and every unclean spirit, and slay them. Torment them for all the years they torment me. Make my enemies return to me 7 times fold all the gifts they have stolen. Frustrate the kingdom of darkness and disarm their well-organized operations. All the unclean spirits my enemies send after me, send them back to them. See to it everything they plan for me fall upon their own head and their children.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me.
When my enemies set traps, make sure they fall in the traps. Command your angels you have placed around me to intercept the evil they send against me. Father, you said it is a righteous thing to repay to those who trouble me.
seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
You did not give me the spirit of fear. I will not fear. Place fear into my enemies' hearts, so they will know I serve the one who had the ability to destroy the body and spirit. Fight on my behalf, Father, and vindicate me.
And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. For the Lord will vindicate his people and have compassion on his servants.
Set a hedge of protection around me as you did with Job. When they see that the one I serve is greater than the one that's in this world, they will bow down and worship the Elohim of Israel. Make my enemies be at peace with me, Father.
When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Righteous anger, Israelites, so your enemies will think twice on attacking you. You probably thinking this is harsh. Well, Israelites, your enemies program you not to pray like this because they know game over when Yah's people learn how to ask the Most High to fight for them. They do not want you to connect with the Most High. That is why they program you through the church to pray for the wicked. I have learned through Yah I must pray like this. Besides, I'm only repeating his words. Yah is the Elohim of wrath. Let his wrath handle your enemies.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
We have an invisible army backing us up. Just because we are few in numbers, it does not matter. When 2 or 3 gather, there is the Most High in our mix. Open Diary is 7,300 strong. Start praying those effective righteous prayers.
For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Be strong and courageous. Be not afraid, nor dismayed for the king of Assyria, nor for all the multitude that is with him. For there be more with us than with him. With him is an arm of flesh, but with us is the Lord our God to help us, and to fight our battles. And the people rested themselves upon the words of Hezekiah, king of Judah.
Could you imagine the impact we will have if all of us come together on one accord and pray without ceasing? Change will happen, Israelites. Call on the Most High to fight for us. Come in agreement with his words. Do not take matters into your own hand. Our ancestors were stiff-necked. One thing they knew, whenever they were in trouble, they called on the God of Israel. When the Israelites served the Most High, he protected them, commanded his angels concerning his people, and delivered them. Today, Satan have you praying for your enemies and blessing them. In your heart, you secretly despise them, but you are praying for them. You can fool men, but you cannot fool the Most High. It is okay to send the sword of the Most High against the ones who trouble you. The deliverance we seek, we may receive. Remember, you have to serve Yah in the spirit and in the truth. Take heed to the teachings of the Messiah and follow his statutes and commandments. You will witness the power of the Most High Yah. His kingdom will come and his will be done. Send Yah after your enemies so the Gentile heathen reign can end quickly. Yah will start the purge and heal our land. Yah command us to pray. Today you have learned to pray effective prayers in righteous anger. Combine everything that you have learned on the spirit realm and the word of Yah. Apply the teachings to your life so you can pray effectively. You are no longer disarmed. You have the knowledge to send Yah after your enemies. Righteous anger will interrupt their wicked deed and assure the return of our Messiah and judgment upon the nations.